That's all me. Yeah. All right, you guys. Now we are going to watch YouTube. Who is Dainty Graphics? When did I subscribe to them? When did that even happen? How did that even happen? Alright, we're gonna catch up on my girl Cosmoholics while we do this tattoo stencil that I've been putting off, because it's gonna take me a long time. Okay, so that's what we doing, y'all. Drawing and YouTube and drawing. Can y'all see?
Domino's, get any crust and any toppings for $9.99 online. Try the Domino's viral pizza or invent a new one. Veronica Beard. It all started with Veronica Beard and Veronica Beard. We married brothers. VSB.
Can y'all see good enough? I mean, shoot.
VSB, a basketball lover. I'm awesome at
Would that help? Hold on.
Two women who share one clear vision.
Maybe not so, you know.
And from that was
I want y'all to see what I'm doing, okay?
The Dickie jacket consists of two
Boom.
pieces. It takes approximately 2
Boom.
seconds and a half to put on.
We ain't gonna be here forever now. Just, you know, a short time, not a long time. Fun time, not a long time. It's almost 10 o'clock. We got things to do. It's been a very productive day today, though. Shoot. We did a lot of things today.
I can't be buying groceries the way I normally would. Even on a regular day, like I don't grocery shop how I would normally grocery shop because there's this risk of powering out. I have clocked it that like every Wednesday at some point during the day the power will go out. And that's not like my Wednesday thing. That's just literally every Wednesday the power goes out. I can bank on it. The lights be flickering. Like literally the lights will just flicker out of nowhere. The amount of times the transformer busts and the JPS workers are here trying to fix the freaking transformer, and then it's pouring rain outside, and they're like, we can't fix it, we gotta come back in the morning, all this stuff. And so we go without power. The kids don't mind because the kids are taking the flashlights and doing shapes on the walls, okay? But when the food is spoiled, because there's not been power for days, and then there's no compensation for that, and my kids are like, we don't want ramen. But the chicken has gone bad in the freezer because the power ain't there. Like, what about that? And I'm still supposed to pay this high bill? Like, that's crazy to me. I think the amount of money we spend on electricity and the quality of service just doesn't match, right? And so that's like a really big issue because it's like, what am I paying for? If every week, at least one time for the week, the power is going to chip out on me. Apparently you could do like a top-up service, but I don't have time for that. Like, it's not a cell phone. I'm a firm believer that if I were to use the like top-up option where you pay per use for your electricity, I would end up paying way more somehow, some way, versus just paying my bill outright. So I haven't opted to switch to that because I'm terrified of what the bill would be if they tried to tell, if I'm paying per use. I feel like they would end up trying to charge me more.
Hey, Eric.
How you doing? I'm already not into the shenanigans. But they do offer that service where you can pay as you go. I can't afford to be without electricity. Otherwise, I would be living on some kind of Amish reserve. So, that's not feasible. It's giving we really are very limited as the Jamaican people in terms of how to fight back against electricity prices. It's not with a provider, like say, I don't know, Rogers and Bell.
I don't know Spanish. I know a little bit of French though.
You threaten to leave them, and somehow they just manage to reduce your bill by 50%, and you know that's how we get away with stuff in Canada, where they come with their shenanigans. But here, with the electricity, you can't do that. There's no option to do that. And be like, well, I'm leaving, going and they have retention, so they'll try to work something out for you. Baby, there's no option for that with electricity. And so in Canada, you don't really have to do that with your electricity anyway, because the pricing, I would say, is fair. It's not fair here. It's not fair at all. And I would start talking about the grocery issue, but I have a little bit more understanding about the grocery prices, even though they are very high as well, especially depending on where you shop. They're definitely scamming in some places, because when I say I was going to PriceSmart, okay, and I wanted to buy fruit roll-ups. They have a box of 48 fruit roll-ups, okay? In Canada, I would probably pay, I don't know, $12 for this box of fruit roll-ups. Not even, maybe $8. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while, okay? But like, I would not pay more than that for snacks for my kids. And so I go into the PriceSmart and I see the fruit roll-ups, and the price on the fruit roll-ups is 5,000 Jamaican dollars. 5,000. That's pretty much $50 Canadian. 45 bucks for a box of candy that's going to rot teeth. For a box of fruit roll-ups, $5,000. And so I go to PriceSmart maybe once a month, 2 times if I end up running out of something essential like toilet paper or something like that. I try to only go once a month because my bill is always ridiculously high when I go there. Every time I went to the PriceSmart for like 3 months straight, the box of fruit roll-up was at $5,000. I'm watching it because I'm like, there's no way any Jamaican person is walking in here and purchasing this box of fruit roll-ups. It's not worth $5,000. It's freaking fruit roll-up. Fruit roll-up. Are you serious? So yeah, I'm watching it and watching it and watching it, and it's not reducing. Well, I went the other day, and that same box of fruit roll-ups that sat there for 4 months at 5,000 Jamaican dollars went down to 1,900 Jamaican dollars. And so of course at that point I purchased it because I'm like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this to be reduced. The fact that they were able to reduce it that much was crazy to me. The other issue that I have when I go into PriceSmart is every time I go, the things are priced differently. So the same items, by the way, and it'll have this sign on it that says that it was this price and that it's been reduced, but it's always a lie. I'm telling you, every time I go, I'm like, no. The last time I was here, I remember how much this cost because I either took a picture of it at the price that was listed at, or I specifically looked at it and remembered this was $62,000 or $6,200, right? And so I'll remember things like that because I went and actually paid attention to it. And when I go back, it's either $20 more or $200 more than it was, and then it's showing a reduced price. And I'm like, that's not what it said before. What are we talking about? Or it's priced higher and saying that it was a higher price the week before. And I'm like, no, because I specifically looked at this item and it was this price. So why are they lying? Right? And so I notice this stuff all the time. And so I'm only taking note because shrinkflation is real. But like I said, I'm only here to talk about JPS right now. I'm not going to get into PriceSmart because, child, that's a whole other story, okay? So then I get my bill for the next month. So after I pay $56,691, I get my bill for the next month, and it's up again. It's higher. And I'm like, no, I'm not running my AC. I'm doing everything the same in this house. Why does the bill keep increasing? And so now the bill comes, and it's $60,952. And it wasn't a ginormous jump from the 56. It's $4,000 more, but it didn't matter to me. It was still, $4,000 is still a lot of money to increase on a freaking $500 bill. Like, why is the bill so high? And I'm not changing my habits, right? I'm not buying any new appliances. Everything's the same. Why is the bill what it is? So then at this point, I start to see more consistency. And so my next bill that comes, $60,632. I guess they figured I was happy with that because I didn't complain again. I was not happy. I just don't have time for customer service to come to my house and tell me the meter is reading fine when clearly everybody is having the same issue. So then the bill for the next month shows up. And I'm just paying these bills and not complaining. In my mind, I'm cussing, okay? I'm telling somebody about their mumma, but like, I'm not complaining to JPS because I don't have time for them to come tell me no foolishness. So, no. So yeah, the bill comes, it's $62,780. The bill after that, $62,532. We get to January, because that was my December bill. My December bill was $62,532, and 62 cents. So then we get to January. Mind you, once we get to like September, baby, I'm freezing. I'm cold. So I'm definitely not running my AC the way I may run it in the summer, like hot summer months, like June, July. It's hot in June, July. But even so, the kids are out of school, so we're not home. We're going to the beach. We're doing this, we're doing that. So it's like, why is the bill still so damn high? And so, like right now, it's November and outside is cold. And when I say cold, I mean like you need a sweater, you need a jacket, especially like in the nighttime. My bedroom is cold. Like I said, I sleep with my blanket up to my neck, okay? And it's an actual blanket, it's not a sheet. That's that on that. That's just to explain to you like an example of how cold it gets. And this is coming from a Canadian, okay? A snowbird, if you will. If I'm saying it's cold as Little Miss Canadiana, then you know it's cold, okay? So it's fairly cold in the winter months. I don't like my legs covered, so no matter how cold it is, you're not really gonna catch me in like leggings or long pants in my house, but I will wear shorts and then have a blanket. If it's even colder, you might catch me in some socks, okay? But like, I'm not putting on no long pants. I can't do it. It bothers my legs. Me having a clothing sensitivity is crazy. So by the time January rolls around, my bill drops back down to $60,000, $26.59 from the previous month, which was $62,532. It's like they'll give me two low bills around the same, or they'll give me two bills around the same amount, and then change it the next month, and then give me another 2 months of the same amount, and then change it the next month again. That's the pattern I see. It goes even lower, and I'm jumping for joy. I'm like, oh, beautiful, okay? Mind you, it's warming up again, so this really doesn't make any sense. We go down to $46,171.72, and I obviously, coming from the 60 and 70 grand, mid-40s, I'm happy. I'm like, oh my gosh. And again, I hadn't done anything differently. I saw the bill, and I wondered to myself, do they just throw random numbers on these bills? Because we've not changed anything. We've done everything the same. Still not using the AC. Still using whatever appliances we're using the same way that we always have, not changing our pattern and anything. Nobody's moved into the house and making us the bills go up. So why is the bills fluctuating the way that it is? Because how did we go from 58 grand to 46 grand with no changes? I didn't get rid of an appliance. I didn't add an appliance. What's going on? Of course, that was short-lived because we jumped back up to $54,161.85 by the time we got to the next bill, which was sent out in April. And so that would have been a full year's worth of bills from April to April, right? Because we're not going to count the $13 from March. And then when I get the next bill, which I paid on May 15th, it looks like, it was $50,018.98. And so I don't know if they decided that they're going to keep this pattern where every single June and every single May, June, July, they're going to skyrocket my bill. But my bill has skyrocketed again after the bill.
You did? Okay, now.
I paid my bill.
That's what's up. I'm proud.
This year.
Keep it going.
Once again, $71,925.
Keep that momentum going. You got it.
And so, obviously, I'm feeling like my hands are tied because I've already complained before when my bill was super high, and they came and said, this is right and this is accurate. But at that time, I didn't know that I'm not the only person experiencing these crazy bills. Once I, realized that this is not an isolated incident, I said, oh, okay, something is not right. So yes, as I was saying, my bill came and it was 71 grand again. But as the old saying goes, that's just not an old saying, it's just something my mom says, I'm not going to give anybody an opportunity to lie to me. AKA, them not take me for idiots, okay? So I'm not going to call and I'm not going to bother with with the foolishness, because what's the point? I already know they're gonna tell me the meter's fine, that's how much electricity I use for the month, and blah 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 blah. The only reason it's not adding up because it's their word against mine. Is their meter against me, knowing that I'm not changing my actions. I'm not adding anything, I'm not subtracting anything, yet every month my bill is different. Your bill should be pretty even. And so that's the other thing. In Canada, I had something called equal billing. They don't have equal billing here.
I swear, welcome back.
Me from Jamaica Public Service to Jamaica Public Disservice, because this is truly a
That's what's up. So your second one just came out too? What you mean?
JPD from here on out. Jamaica
Like your
Public
second video just came?
Disservice.
Like you just posted your second video? What you mean by
So
that?
then, of course, again, despite the fact that I didn't put in any complaints,
What we have here today
my bill
is
dropped
a tattoo stencil
again. So
we're
it went
making.
down to 71,000.
Oh, that's okay. You made 2 videos? That's what I'm talking about. See, overachiever. See, you got it. You're gonna win. You're gonna succeed. You're literally gonna be fine. But we are drawing chess pieces so that we can tattoo this. Okay.
And my bill was still 63 grand. So then the month after Hurricane Barrel's bill came
That's what's
out,
up though. You know, one log and one listen.
and it's at 73.
You a dang on YouTuber, okay?
$18.28.
Might as well claim it.
Hurricane Barrel, JPS came with like this excuse that, you know, once the power came back on, everybody was doing laundry and like all kind of stuff. That's why we would see like a upkick and a whole bunch of bills that are higher the month following Barrel. But I'll tell you why that makes no sense. Because the way that my mom typically does laundry here, it wouldn't matter if there was power or no power. Nothing changed. There was
Thank
no
you.
uptick in laundry.
Yes,
My
I
mom
am.
is constantly washing laundry, okay? Like she's always washing laundry. When we first got here, and it was that first month, and my mom was washing laundry, she would wash her laundry. Nothing changed. There's the same amount of days in the week that were in April of 2023 are the same amount of days in the week that are present day. And if my mom washes laundry, say 4 days in a row, the bill in April of 2023 was only
I'm not a
$41,000.
lefty.
My mom
The
didn't
camera
usually
is
wash laundry. She's not
tricking
washing
y'all. It's
more
flipped.
loads. She's not
I'm a
washing
righty.
less loads. She's pretty consistent because she gathers the laundry how she gathers the laundry. That's why we have the questions that we have, because if literally nothing changes, because by human nature we have our patterns, why would there be an uptick in the bill because people are washing laundry? It's ridiculous. It's almost insulting. And not even almost insulting, it is insulting, because she wasn't playing catch up. She's not doing anything different. It's just that she didn't have power for 5 days. She wasn't even home for 5 days. And then when she got power, it was business as usual. It wasn't, oh gosh, I have way more laundry now to wash. Because first of all, we're coming for vacation, so we only had a limited amount of clothing that we wore on vacation. The children's items are pretty small, so a lot will fit in the drum. So, you know, most people couldn't bathe because the water tanks that pump the water into the house are electric. And so we were going without water, we were going without electricity. It was a big issue because when the power goes out, it's not just the power in the house. It's not just, you can't just watch TV. It's, you can't pump water into your house if you live in an area that you need to pump water into the house. And so you washing your booty with rainwater, or you're washing your booty with bottled water. There's a lot of trauma attached to when the power goes out. And I live in an area where my power is constantly going out, even if there's no freaking rain outside. Like, it's ridiculous. The next month, after that $73,000 bill, this was during the time of the audit. So once the audit situation happened with GPS, they then gave everybody some bill reduction for the September bills. So on October 10th, I paid a bill for $54,017.48. So my bill was drastically dropped, and I found out online that, you know, lots of Jamaicans also had this reduction on their bill as well. I personally thought that the audit would have meant that we're gonna see a consistent decrease, and it was gonna make.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Stacy.
Well, that's not what happened.
Oh,
That
shoot.
audit happened,
Come
and
on,
they
come
got
on.
this
Bring your
reduction.
friends.
My bill went right
That's
back
what's
up.
up, so thank
It
you for
went
getting the
to
word around.
$62,330.15. And so what they're trying to tell me is that my average is in this $60,000 range, but I'm just trying to understand what and how, if nothing has changed from April 2023 to present day November 2024. How did we go from 41,000 to 70? I think it was like 76 grand. Like, I don't remember. It was very high, 78,000 to then 50,000, then back up to 60,000. How is my bill fluctuating the way that a pregnant woman's weight would fluctuate? I'm not telling a lie. I'm not telling no lie. I want to put little Ozempic in that bill there. Okay, let's actually calculate it now. As I'm calculating this here, you might be sitting there like, okay, girl, well, those bills are crazy. Why you never get solar yet? Because you have $2 million for letting me forget solar. Like, I'm a single mom, okay? Ain't no solar coming up in here. Like, I have to budget and save, and I have money for this and money for that before I can go buy no damn solar for the wall of the house. Just because I come from a farm don't mean that I have $2 million stashed away to spend on solar. Okay? Now, if you want to send me $2 million, forget 2 million Jamaican. If you want to send me 2 million Jamaican, forget little solar, then, you know, your people should call white people and let me know. But solar is expensive. And then also, there's different packages and stuff for solar. And so I've heavily considered it, but like, it's an investment and worth it, I would say. But there's also the issue of, because my house is a little smaller, the battery storing thing, and like, where are we gonna put that? Do I need to put a shed in my backyard to store the batteries in? Girl, I don't freaking know. But like, in my neighborhood, I think there's only 2 houses that I've seen that have complete solar panels decking out their whole house. The other thing with that is, just because you have solar doesn't mean that you're not gonna have JPS to deal with.
Real good.
You still need your JPS for backup.
It's nice and chopped and put away.
As much as I'm clearly paying now.
That's all I can smell right now is garlic.
416, shout out to Toronto. 416-929.36 cents. Okay, that's 416,000 Jamaican dollars. Once I get the total here, I'll tell you what it is in American, and I'll tell you what it is in Canadian. I have spent in Jamaican dollars $1,019,159.76 is insanity. Now, I've got hunch and nobody that owns the JPS.
Hey, Riz. Long time no see.
Right? Over $1 million for electricity. Sounds crazy in any currency.
You've been gone for a minute.
But that's the Jamaican currency. Now, in the United States currency, that would be a total of $6,418.49 in Canadian.
No more
currency.
vampires.
Because as we know, the all-American dollar is much greater than both Jamaican dollar and Canadian dollar. $8,965.14 Canadian, almost 10 grand on electricity for my home, for my tiny dwelling. Since I moved to Jamaica, I've been here less than 2 years, and I spent almost $10,000 on electricity alone. That is a problem. By 2021, there were 2 families living in my house, so there should be a significant increase in how much electricity is getting used. So I'm gonna find my highest bill. This was right when I was kicking out Tasmanian Devil, around that time, and so technically I only had to pay half of this bill, which means that my total for the bill was really only $180, about $180 I would have paid for this bill. So taking my highest bill at $370 Canadian.
I'm glad you're taking school seriously.
19 months. Over the span of 19 months,
You should be.
my highest bill, which is not realistic because
School is very important.
that's the only time I ever seen a bill that high in Canada, but we're just gonna go with that because it's my highest bill. Hi, baby. How was your day? Where's your tie? I get a total of $160,000.26. If I then convert that to USD, $5,046.31. That is $1,400 less, and that's my highest bill. And again, I guess it's apples and oranges because the renewable energy issue, right? Getting energy in Canada is not the same as getting energy on a freaking island. So, you know, we're comparing apples and oranges, but it's just to say, what the hell? Because it's such a significant difference in how much I'm paying, but also, you know, the issue with the smart meters, I think they don't work. And nobody's going to convince me otherwise because they have the same issue in Canada, in America, in the UK. Something is wrong, and we're being robbed blindly. And we're not even being robbed blind at this point because it's very blatant and obvious what's happening. But like I said, unless the people decide to rebel and shut their power down for 24 hours, nothing is going to change. I need electricity. My job requires electricity. Such is life, and that's why they get to get away with these things. And there's nowhere else to turn to outside of solar. But like I said, solar to get done is very expensive. So here we are. So my conclusion is that I would have to stop living where I'm living, move into my grandma's yacht, save for a year or two, right? Well, a year I've saved. If I didn't pay electricity for 1 year in this residence, I would have an extra $1 million on my hands. Factor in, if I'm not living in this residence, I wouldn't be paying water, I wouldn't be paying the gas, I wouldn't be paying anything. I wouldn't be paying my monthly dues, you know? I guess pay room and board for me and my bag of picnic and save the money to be able to pay for solar without taking out a loan or dipping into my savings for other things. Is that reasonable? No. It's not. Like, it's just not. So, what if it do, blacker? What if it do? Body, take my body, take the outside land and run it wet. That's what I need to do. I need to butt up. GPS. No, sir. GPS, you have to fix up because I can't afford it. It's too much. It's too expensive. I don't like it. I mean, that $1 million could be going other places. Paying $1 million for electricity is crazy. Paying $8,000 for electricity is crazy. You know, it's almost 10 grand in 19 months. When I lived in Canada, that 10 grand would have been 3.5 months of rent. It's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Do I save money in multiple areas living in Jamaica? Of course. But I have to then take that same money that I'm saving to shovel it into freaking JPS's accounts. What are we talking about? You know? That being said, I'm always gonna say that it's a fair trade-off because I get the sun all the time now and we get to enjoy the outdoors and we're not locked in the house for 8 months out the year. Like, the trade-off is the only reason that I've just like taken it on the chin. But the truth of the matter is, this is not an isolated situation. Millions of customers going through this with JPS, and though their bills may not be $70,000, some might be even higher. Like, I look at these little like businesses, and I'm like, how are they staying open with these bills, child? But JPS don't play. The day before your bill is due, at least at my house, let me know if you live in Jamaica and this happens to you. If your bill is about to be due and you haven't paid it yet, the lights flicker to remind you. And I'm just like, oh, time to pay. And it happens like clockwork. When I say if I don't pay the bill literally before the due date, the lights in my house will flicker. Now, granted, the lights flicker anyway because the power is about to go out at any given time. And so there's these odd times where we're like, oh my God, when's the power coming back? But yeah, over $1 million on electricity. How if the average Jamaican is only making 575 American dollars per month, are the electricity bills so damn high? Like, I'm not understanding. And it might be a case where people are sacrificing their needs to pay to make sure the electricity is kept on in their home. Pretty much to sum this video, adulting is very ghetto, okay? If you are young, do not rush to become an adult, baby. You don't want these problems, okay? It's just like if I make a list of all the benefits of living in Jamaica versus the cons, obviously the good is gonna outweigh the bad every single time. It's just like, yes, my JPS bill is terrible. It's really
Oh,
terrible.
thank you.
But everything else in Jamaica is lovely. Okay,
Chess
so
pieces.
I'm just like, you know, but
Who knows how to
I
play
think I'm
chess?
forever gonna be annoyed
Anybody?
with that bill until something happens or until I bite the bullet and get solar. That's pretty much it for this video. If you are in Jamaica and do use JPS, tell me in the comment section below how you are feeling about your bill. Tell me what your last bill was or what your highest bill has ever been. Anything you want to let me know, girl or sir, okay, because there's probably gonna be some men watching this video too. So I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one.
Younger looking skin in the bottle? 100%. Clinique Smart Clinical Repair Serum brings together potent and soothing hydrating ingredients for powerful results. And it's safe for sensitive skin. That's smart.
Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite news reporter, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is all about these celebrities, these lawsuits, these allegations. Girl, 2024, woo, child, I need a breath. I need a puffer, girl, something. Cause, the year has been crazy, okay? I am going to do a year recap for sure, start to finish, but we can't do that until like closer to the end of the year. If December doesn't do anything else, it's going December, okay? It's gonna claim lives, it's gonna shake the table, okay? And it does not leave quietly is what I'm trying to say. She never leaves quietly. December always goes out with a bang. Before I jump into the main course, let's go through our appetizer and our what's that? The appetizer, girl. You can tell I don't go nowhere. It's appetizer, first course. 'Cause there's like 5 courses, right? In fine dining. Girl, I don't know. Don't matter. Let's just jump right into it. I want to start this thing off with Tokyo Toni v. Khloe Kardashian. Because, girl, why would Khloe come out the side of her neck and shade Tokyo knowing that Tokyo is crazy? Tokyo is one of those people that you do not poke at. Like, she's just one of those people that you don't poke at. You know, you need to leave well enough alone when it comes to Tokyo Toni. I know it's a hard job to be Angela White, better known as Blac Chyna. I know having Tokyo Toni as a mom was probably more like a full-time job than anything because she is beyond me. Like, I could not cope if that was my mother. Blac Chyna, though, or Angela White, she's in her sober era. Hopefully it's not an era. Hopefully it's something that lasts forever. But she's sober and, you know, you could tell that she's in a completely different headspace, so she knows how to handle her mom. I never watched their reality show, but I know that I've seen obviously clips from the reality show, and their relationship was definitely a toxic one. But now that Chyna is sober and, you know, she's found Christ and she's being a great mom and just a great human being in general, I imagine when your mama gets on the damn internet and embarrasses you, you know, it's hard, but Tokyo Toni also is very much ride or die for Blac Chyna, so why would she be embarrassed? They have their relationship, their ups and their downs, just like any other people would, or any other families would, so we don't necessarily know how Blac Chyna feels about her mom, but we know that their relationship has not always been on the greatest of terms, and so when you throw in extended family members into the mix, it's like she has to know how to position herself. So I feel bad for Blac Chyna and I feel bad for Dream because I think that it could pose a problem if Blac Chyna and Rob and, you know, the Kardashians in general, the sisters, have come to a place of peace, so to speak, with each other, and then Tokyo is this wild card that can throw a monkey wrench in it at any given moment, you know. They kind of have to just brush it off. But what I will say is, in this time, in this situation, Tokyo is 100% justified. I don't care what anybody says. Tokyo had every right to come for Khloe's head, because the person that commented on Khloe's post about Thanksgiving, first of all, the comment was dumb. The person was pretty much saying, like, you're over here doing this, and Tokyo Tony is feeding the homeless. I don't even know why the person commented that. The person was stupid. What was more stupid was Khloe's response to that person, which is what it put the fire under Tokyo Tony's butt in the first place, to come and then drag Khloe by her edges and pretty much told her to hold the food dry while she's snitching. And I was crying. She told the girl, this is why your head's brown, because you came out your mouth with booty hole. I was actually screaming when I watched this video of Tokyo Tony dragging Khloe for filth. But I think it was deserved and justified, and she needs to leave Sleeping Bear sleep, okay? You don't go poke a sleeping bear now, because she wasn't bothering nobody. She was minding her business, feeding the homeless. And the thing is, what Khloe said was stupid, but Tokyo Tony has always been feeding the homeless. That's what she does, you know? I think that Khloe was probably feeling some type of way about Dream on the live, claiming to be the only Kardashian child, which is true. She's the only one with the last name Kardashian. All the other nieces and nephews have their father's last names, and their fathers are not Kardashian, because, you know, Rob's the only boy. So it was a true statement, and Dream was reading comments and acknowledging the fact that it was true. She is the only Kardashian, but I don't think that her aunties were feeling that. They probably had their little talks about it, you know, behind the scenes, but Khloe clapped back at that lady. And she could have just said, I don't know what that has to do with me and my family having our Thanksgiving, just like you're probably at home having your Thanksgiving. Just because you are rich does not mean that you have to hold a damn food drive. Now, should you? Probably, but it doesn't mean that you have to. You know what I mean? And maybe she did the food drive the week before. You don't know what the hell she was doing. So, that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, Tokyo Tony was justified, and I stand behind Tokyo Tony dragging Khloe Kardashian for filth, because, girl, you could have said nothing. You didn't have to respond. No. Why are you even responding? You were too damn rich. Like, that's one thing I don't get about these celebrities that have surpassed, like, a certain threshold of money. Why are we responding? Why are you not paying them dust? Okay? I took a week off, so a lot probably happened in that time. I was not really, you know, up on game. I saw some things, didn't see other things. Of course, the other thing that broke the internet over the last week is the CEO of United Healthcare getting gunned down in broad dizzy, okay? I said, is that a Toronto man that shot him? Like, what's going on? Like, that situation is just crazy. It's a lot to unpack, but I'm gonna need the authorities to do their freaking job. If you don't know what I'm talking about, United Healthcare, which is an insurance company, their CEO, who's worth millions, was gunned down in public, 6 o'clock in the morning, I believe, on a what? Wednesday, okay? On a Wednesday, listen, child, Wednesday, we gotta abolish it. I'm sorry, we do. If you guys don't believe my Wednesday theory, 9/11 happened on Wednesday, clock the T. I'm telling you, Wednesday is full of destruction, corruption, and unjust acts of violence, okay? So, as I was saying, the CEO was gunned down, broad dizzy, outside of the Hilton Hotel. He was actually due to speak at a conference, but obviously was never going to make it to that conference. But the person that shot him waited for him for hours. He was masked. He had on a jacket, and he had a backpack. There is video. They are calling him the handsome assassin or something like that. And I'm just like, this is too much. Because there's this photo of him floating around where he's skinning teeth. Okay, he's smiling in the photo, but you never really see the top of his head. So we can't really see his whole face ever. You see him with the hood on, you see him with the mask up, and you see him with the mask down. I don't know why he would ever pull it down, but he was caught on candid camera. So they are circulating these photos of him. He shoots the man. He gets away on a stolen city bike. This is even crazier. And he's never to be seen again. I think they said that he traveled all the way from Atlanta. So they have all this surveillance footage of him, but cannot seem to track him down. My whole thing is he had custom bullets that were carved with the words deny, delay, the something girl. The first hint that we have that this is not no regular shooting is that. Secondly, the man had a silencer. You can't just up and get a silencer. So think that on that. The next thing is he has a stolen city bike. And then the next thing is they're claiming that he changed his jacket and dumped his backpack. My thing is, when they first came out and they put out this award, this ridiculous award for 10 grand, I'm like, are we not looking at the evidence here? $10,000 is not enough. The CEO of this company was clearly targeted, okay? It wasn't an act of random violence, okay? I mean, the custom bullets and the silencer says enough for me, right? And the fact that he waited and waited and waited, like, this was a hit. Somebody in Broad Disney, like, it wasn't that, right? This was a very well thought out plan. The way that it happened let us know right away that this is probably CIA level stuff. Like, this is not, NYPD, this is above their pay grade. We're going to just have to pass it up. And so they have the FBI involved now, but it's really giving somebody that has more money than both entities, okay? Somebody that has more money than the CEO of United Healthcare, somebody that has more money than the police department, somebody that has more money than the FBI arranged this hit. The guy did not do this hit for $10,000. So I don't know why the reward would ever be $10,000. So then the FBI comes in and they're offering another, 50 grand? I can't remember what the FBI is offering. Either way, it's not enough money for anybody to run their mouth to help the police or whoever's investigating do their job. Like, the police need to do their job. One thing that I've learned watching these crime shows, let the police or whoever's doing the job do their job. Because at the end of the day, they ain't going to do nothing but turn around and call you a rat. I swear to God. If you watch my, If you watch my Toronto True Crime video about the Presidente story, and I put the clip in there of the police officer describing the co-accused, he called him a textbook rat. Like, these police, they use you and then just hang you up to dry. And then you need to be witness protection, and they ain't trying to protect you. So don't be helping these people do their job. They have a job to do. They should not be asking civilians, outside of the people that were there that were like, oh yeah, we saw the guy, but we can't tell you much more than that, right? Like, nobody knows who this person is because the person probably doesn't exist. People are calling the man John Wick. John Wick is crazy. I don't know why they're asking the public for help. They need to stop doing that because you guys are putting the public in danger. But they don't care about that. I don't even think they really care about catching. I think it's a hoax. Like, not a hoax if somebody's dead, right? But I think it's like a distraction of some sort because there's been so much energy poured into it and so much mystery. Like, when they found the backpack in, I believe, Central Park or whatever, it had Monopoly money in it. Like, they're playing games. None of this is adding up. Like, that person is gone. Like, nobody is gonna come forward and be like, oh yeah, that's my brother Paul. Like, nobody's doing that. I know that smile from anywhere. Like, that guy had a face. People are saying he looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. To me, he has a very distinct nose. He has a very distinct jawline. I think if somebody recognized him, they would have come forth by now. I don't think that's anybody that anybody has ever seen before. He's probably in the CIA, which is why they can't do anything about this, and they're just acting like they're investigating, and they're really not because they need to shut it down. Like, somebody wanted that man dead, and he did the hit, and that's just the end of that, and I think everybody needs to just move on. Now, it did come out that the CEO was, I believe, being investigated because of something that he did with his stock. I think kind of like the right, back in her time when they sent her to jail chat. If he was about to go down, I thought maybe he ordered a hit on himself so that his family could collect insurance money out, and maybe his wife and his kids or whatever. If it's not the CIA that did the hit, it's probably somebody off the deep dark web. I don't know. I don't think the public protection is typical. Like, don't be helping nobody. Because you could be next. Like, wait, no. See, it's 111, and I say that. It's 111, girl.
All right, y'all.
That being said, in the comment section,
I'm
Tell
tired.
me what your theory is. And another thing,
I'm about to go get ready for dinner. So I'm gonna catch y'all next time I catch y'all. And thank y'all for being here. Bye.